Do it. Do it. Do it. What's going on, good people? It's your boy, real estate investor next door, Byron Scott, here with my guy Cordero. And today, shoot, I'm gonna knock my mouse down. But today, we're gonna talk about how you can get started wholesaling. We're gonna answer your questions. We missed Mindset Monday, so we're gonna give you a little bit of that too. So that's what we got on tap for today. Um, and yeah, man, we're gonna get straight to it, man. Straight to it. How you feeling, man?
Feeling good, man.
Feeling good, feeling great, feeling great, feeling good. How are you, man? So, man, we're gonna get right into it. What's going on today in wholesaling, man?
Man, following up with these leads, but trying to get some stuff off. But um, I got a I got a new VA, man. Um,
Okay.
been trying to. It's the first week, so I'm really trying to make sure I'm a little bit more hands on. Make sure onboarding is in place, and that way she knows what the job is, what the expectations are, and I'm really just trying to. Also, likewise, I'm trying to get a feel for her skill sets, what she knows how to do already, what things I need to change, what things I need to say. You do this well, but that's how you did it at your old job. This is how we do
Yeah.
it. All of that. And I'm just like this first week, I'm spending in the beginning, you're gonna spend a lot more time with them, kind of like a kid. It's like when they're a baby, they need you for everything from
Yeah.
talk, eat, sleep, everything they need you for. And then they become more self-reliant as
Yeah.
time goes on. And so I'm just trying to make sure I'm staying hands-on for now.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, anytime you bring in really anybody in, man, you got to make sure you stay hands on for sure. So, Zay,
Yeah.
yo, what's up over there in the land, man? What's going on in the
Hey,
land?
come on,
You got
Bobby.
Mac up in this thing. What's going on by Mac and John Doe? What's up, man? We got some guys coming through, man. We got some guys coming through. Y'all hit us up with your questions. Um, yeah, man, hit us up with your questions, man. I know I just purchased the property, so I'm trying to get everything set up for the rehab, trying to make sure I'm controlling the rehab costs, make sure I'm moving fast on this, man, because in this kind of market, you better be moving fast, man. Like you got to move fast, keep costs down, and stuff like that. So, trying to do that little flip. This is a dangerous time of the year to be flipping, but we're gonna see what I.
And people got to do stuff. People got to make moves all
People
the
got
time.
to make moves, man. I mean, but it's in a really good area, so I mean, at
People
least
love to make moves in really good areas. And
yeah, people love to make moves in good areas. Now, if it wasn't nowhere really good, I'd be shooting up, nervous about it. But it's in a good area, so I feel pretty good about it. Still, I feel nervously good about
that's good. I think I was talking to somebody about that. I think maybe in this business or just in business in general, I think there's a difference between like pressure and stress. When you feel the pressure, you put pressure on yourself, and it's like that internal like motivation just to do right, and it causes you to like focus and just make sure you're on your stuff. Like for example, when that one dude's wife called us out of the blue, and she's just like, I need so much X amount more. She's trying to blow the deal up. I felt pressure, but it was like for me to lock in, and I focused in. We was able to get it done. And then stress is like external, where you feeling like anxiety. You're like,
it.
you don't know what to do. Like you don't even know. Like it's not about matter of locking in or just making sure we do this right, this right. It's like I don't know what to do. I don't know
Yeah,
if I did it right or wrong, and that's more external and dealing with those things. So I think it's good to have. I say that to say it's good to have pressure. It's good to have that level of pressure on you because that means you're going in the right direction.
yeah,
Why?
no doubt.
This is a
I
good
definitely
time. Good question. What you saying?
nah, I definitely feel like I'm headed in the right direction for sure, for sure. But Like I could have wholesaled this deal and maybe done some stuff that way, but I was like, shoot, man, ain't no you need to wholesaling this thing, man. I might as well try to go ahead and flip it. But so I'm definitely not too worried about it. But yeah, man, why is this time of year dangerous for flipping? Most of the time at the end of the year, holidays is coming. Like who moving around Christmas? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So usually there's less transactions happening around the holiday season.
Yeah.
A lot of people putting stuff on to the beginning of next year. And people getting them people getting them refunds on them taxes though.
Yeah.
Man, you already know that money burning a hole through their pocket. So it's like a cycle. Summertime usually the best time for kids. Schools and all that stuff,
Yeah.
and then it start to die down after you get back into school. Good October, November, it start getting cold outside. Everybody, start slowing down, and then in January come, into January come, February come, people start getting them refunds. It's time to heat back up, baby.
I'm
That
talking
money be
about
burning. Ooh, I think I did my back on my taxes.
they make the decisions that they know that they don't need to be making and making moves. But yeah, just ultimately, Bobby, just in these winter months, people are sitting tight. It's just like, they hibernating. Ain't nobody really making no moves. And I think that's something that's ubiquitous in the real estate industry where we're talking about wholesaling. Real estate agents to tell you, it's just like, just if you look back at the records historically, like the colder months is like a lot less motion for obvious reasons. But in the summertime, and then also like Byron was saying, it's really a combination of all those things. It's cold, it's holidays. People, if they spend their money, it's gonna be on like Christmas gifts, and I don't want to have to do it. And kids is in school right now.
Middle of the school year, moving a kid to another school.
The only person that will want to move their kid in the middle of the school year with zero regards is probably my mom.
You are crazy. You are stupid, man. You
I,
can't blow your mouth out there like
went to all the school, but she don't care. She don't care. One time,
that. With no regard.
dude, she does not care. I'm talking about one time I went to school for 2 days. I went there for two.
No.
It is serious. I went to the school for 2 days. She was like, "Yeah, let's go." Moved. Yeah,
No. Let's go. You are
so serious. That's a crazy thing. Shout out.
crazy.
So is there any time of year that's bad for wholesaling? Like, I mean, it's just
I
in
mean, this same time, man, transactions are slower. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it happens that way. It's like people that sell, just straight merchandise or anything. Well, not anything, but merchandise. Let's say you sell stuff in the mall. What's the best time of the year?
yeah, during the holidays.
During the holidays. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so is there a bad time of the year to sell stuff in the mall? It's not that it's terrible.
Yeah,
It's just that it ain't like the holidays. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's not that it's bad.
yeah.
It's not like, oh, don't start now. It's just that
It's
it's
a
not
better
the
time.
holiday season. The holiday season for real estate is the summertime.
Yeah, I think
You
it's
know what I'm
the
saying?
best time. It's not even because I'm gonna be real with you. It's just like usually the best times for me. Some of my best deals was at the end of the year.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, my best deal was I got it in December, closed it at very end of December, right? Like right around New Year's, it closed. That's when I boom got $126,000. So, you know,
Oh,
my
oh,
my second best deal was in November that same year. That November, it
yeah,
was 70K. Boom, 70K. So I got a 70K deal in November, 126 in December.
yeah.
That ain't even counting all the other deals I did in the months. You know what I'm saying?
And I would say something that I noticed at the towards the end of the year, a lot of the buyers, like your cash buyers, they're like, it's coming to the end of the year. They might have made a lot of money. They're looking for properties to buy so they can
Yeah.
park
Yeah,
their money.
they might be willing to stretch a little bit, willing to do some stuff they may not have done. Some other people might be waiting. So people gonna be making decisions based on different stuff. But
Yeah, for sure.
it's not that there's no deals. It's not that you can't
Yeah,
hit. It's just that it's not Christmas. You know what I'm saying? The holiday season for real estate is the summertime.
it's
It's when the kids
summertime.
get out of school to when the kids go back to school. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah,
the holiday season for real estate. You know what I'm
just
saying? So,
FYI.
but
Yeah,
you can
don't
still
don't
hit.
don't go sleeping, Bobby. You might mess around and miss your 100K
Hey,
deal.
you may mess around and miss the 100K deal. And the thing is, like, I got started. I got my first deal at the end of August, beginning of September. You know, so when I did that, because I really got started around May. But what happened is I got my first deal in like September. Well, what happens after September? October, November, December, slow months. You see what I'm saying? So, shoot, when I got started, I was going through the slow months, grinding, trying to get a deal. You see what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Where if you start in the slow months and you grind to try to get a deal, by the time you start learning and figuring stuff out, you be rolling into the heat. You know what I'm saying? You'll be rolling into April, May, June. That's when stuff start cranking up, and you didn't got a couple of deals under your belt. I had a couple of deals under my belt, and it was getting slow. That's discouraging. You know what I'm saying? But let's say you get your first deal while it's, and during the slower months, and then that thing start heating up. It puts you right on track. So that's kind of what I think about too. And I think about the same way with the market. If you start wholesaling when the market is down, what do you think gonna happen when the thing starts shooting up? You about to go stupid, man. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
for sure. And I learned to take everything in this business like either it either your actions lead to you getting a deal and closing a deal, or it leads to you learning and it adds to your tool belt and it gains to your level of professionalism. And so and so ultimately, if you start now and you don't get a deal until next, because I remember I got my first deal and then it was like almost a full calendar year before I got my next deal. But everything that I learned, all of I was laying the foundation, I was laying the groundwork, and then by the time a deal came, it was like the floodgates opened up. It was like deal.
Boom, 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 boom.
Crazy, man. So yeah,
Yeah.
don't it and I learned this from I learned this from experience, but I heard Alex Hermosi talking about this, and he was just talking about how he would go back and redo stuff, and it's just like you like, damn, I gotta do it all over again, but you don't realize that you gain a lot of experience. Like for example, one time we was showing Mika how to upload a list to it was batch dialer, and I was showing her how to upload a list, and then she got through it. She's like, or no, how to skip trace a list, just in general to lead Sherpa.
Yeah.
She got all the way through it, and something happened where it cleared everything out, and she's like, I gotta do it. Well, it's just like I think it took like 10 minutes for us to do it the first time. When she did it the second time, it took like 5 minutes, if that. And I'm like, when you learn it, it's something that you like. Don't don't discount anything that you got to do twice, three, four times in this business because for one, you're adding it to your knowledge. It'll forever be there. And two, you're gonna do it many more times throughout your career anyway. You're
Yeah.
gonna experience many more winters and slow months, so to speak, throughout your career anyway. You're gonna experience more down markets. It's gonna happen. It's gonna come back up and come back down. So just never take anything for granted. I know we do this for the money and to close the deals and to help people out, but you gain a lot in those in between times. That's your foundation. So don't sleep on that.
Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt. Speaking straight truth. So Pete BTW said follow how Byron cold called and got in touch with a vetted investor
Yeah.
who buys at least 10 deals at once and don't care about the price as long as there's a deal. I just have to capitalize. Hey man, once you find the buyer, man, you want to make sure you understand like what they really love to buy. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Because it's like if I bring you a piece of candy, like if I bring Cordero a bag of Skittles, would you take them? Would you eat a bag of Skittles?
Not
Maybe.
maybe.
If I bought you a Reese's, would you eat the Reese's?
It's gone.
That
It's
was so I got if I don't know what Cordero love to eat
yeah.
or what kind of candy he love to eat, I gotta keep throwing stuff at him until I figure out, okay, what does he really love to eat? Maybe he'll eat these Skittles if he feeling like it today. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
Maybe.
he'll eat a Kit Kat if he feeling like it. Maybe he'll pop some M&Ms if he feeling like it. You know what I'm saying? You know, but if I ask her, they're like, "Hey man, what kind of candy do you really love?"
Man,
And he
twist.
said, "Man, them Reese's, man, it's hard for me to turn that away." Then
Hey,
I know if I go out here and find some Reese's and I bring it to him, what's
yeah,
about to happen?
yeah.
He's gonna
Good.
eat. You know?
We gonna eat. Everybody.
We gonna eat.
And so, what would let me ask you this? I really love that analogy because that's perfect, and it really goes to show how you got to do it because you got to ask them, over communicate, be clear. But people understand the candy. What would you say the real estate equivalent to that? Like, some Skittles, maybe that's a 2-1.
Yeah,
Maybe the M&Ms, that's a townhouse.
yeah.
But what
Or
about a
maybe it's in this area that he really don't even really mess with like that.
yeah?
You know what I'm saying?
I
So
buy over there if it's just some crazy, but if you get me over here,
that's what I'm saying. You get me this over here. That's the peanut butter cup.
yes,
You know
sir.
what I'm saying? You
Yes,
get
sir.
me this over here now, man.
Yes,
You want to bring people a peanut butter cup.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's like because if I gotta go and buy Kit Kats, Skittles, M&M's, like I'm going through and back. I'm spending money. I'm spending time.
yeah,
Now, how many trips am I willing to take to the store to end up getting something that Cordero will actually eat? You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Everybody ain't willing to keep going out here and keep buying all this stuff and getting all this stuff and doing all this work, spending all this time until they can get a deal. That's why we tell you if you figure out exactly what the kind of stuff they really love, what they want, and you can bring it to them,
yeah,
it shortens that. You know what I'm saying? Now when you go out there, man, I'm looking for some Reese's. You know what I'm saying? I'm
yeah,
looking for some, and if I can get it, I know when I bring it back to him, he gonna be ready to eat. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah,
ooh.
yeah,
So you hitting every store that got Reese's. You ain't even worried about the jokers who ain't got it. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
You know what you're looking for now,
You know what you looking for?
and that's major because dog, it's even when, and I'm gonna be real with you, even when you know you looking for Reese's, it's still a hunt. It's still a
Yeah,
needle in a haystack search. And so, in order to understanding that, it's just like, dog, imagine if I searching in the haystack and I don't know if I'm looking for a needle, or I don't know if I'm looking for a splinter, I don't know if I'm looking for a blade of grass. I don't know. When you know exactly what you're looking for, it's still a search, but it just really is gonna help you, dude. To connect with you, Byron, if not soon, somewhere down the line, man. Hey, Lando, man, shout out to you, dude, for go ahead sticking with it, man. Um, that's my guy, man. But shout out to you for going ahead reaching out to actually find that buyer. But telling you, man, it's about first of all find you a couple more. That's good. The way you did that, just find like 2, 3 more in the same area, and then get narrowly focused on, hey, Mister Buyer or Mrs. Buyer, what are you looking for exactly? And then the next step, now you've laid your foundation. The next step from there is now we can start talking about skip tracing and actually cold calling and actually, or just
yeah,
whatever form of marketing that you want to do. But
yeah,
even when you do that, even if you pull a perfect list that everything on that list fits your buyer's criteria, it's still going to be okay. Now I got a list of 5,000. it's still like most of these people are gonna cut like I'm not interested. Don't call me. Not right now. Maybe later in 5 years when my daughter graduates. You know.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of no, 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 no. But the one thing I do love about the fact that I have all Reese's cups,
Yes.
I have
Yes.
all properties that my buyers will buy,
Yes,
is
sir.
that when I get a yes, you have to pounce on that yes, right? Because you know that if you could get that person to agree, like if they're looking to sell that property,
Yeah.
then you have a buyer, and that's key. You can make a solid offer on that property, and boom, that you know what I'm saying. And the thing is, a lot of them will say no, but how many people on that list is going to end up selling their property? Every one of them.
Hmm.
It will be sold at some point.
Hey,
I
or
dare to
else,
say on a list, on any given list, I dare to say what percentage you think gets sold. Eventually, at some point,
I mean,
the
dog.
property will sell,
Can we say this instead of saying sell? It changes hands.
changes hands.
100%. So
Yeah,
everybody, that's where probate lists come into play. And then even if it passes through the family, it's not going. The likelihood that it stays in generation after generation is very rare.
very
Very
rare,
rare, dude.
very rare.
It's gonna change, Lando. I mean, God rest her soul. Your grandmother passed and left your family a house, and you see how that changed hands from your grandmother's to your mom and her siblings' ownership, and then from whatever they've done with it from there. And so everybody at some point, and it's just a matter of getting that list. And I heard Mark Spain say this. He said, "Finding your area and farming it." That's what some real estate agents call it, and I like that term because he's talking in regards to picking a area and then using mailers to start hitting that area with high level frequency. That means I think like every month or every week, he's sending you a new mailer in the mail. And then every time he sells a house, every time he lists a house, he sends everybody a mailer. Hey, we just listed a house on 123 Main Street, right up the street, right around the corner from you. And then every time he sells a house, he sends everybody a mailer. Hey, we just sold the house on 123 Main Street, right around the corner from you. And then on top of that, they're still getting mailed once every week. And so it's about frequency, and it's about, they call it farming an area, because he understands that if I send this person 1,000 mailers, at some point they're going to sell. My job isn't to make them sell right now. My job is to be always in the right place. So that
Known.
when they are ready to sell, boom. It's not right place, right time. It's always in the right place. And so that's what it's about when they say farming an area. And so, but you want to make sure the area you're farming, there's a reason you're doing it. And it's not just because you like, hopefully, maybe if I find, because you're going to mess around and find you some candy corn. You're going to find some candy corn and be like, damn, I mean, it looked good. I mean, they wanted to sell it. It's like, nah, dude, there's a reason. I don't know nobody like candy corn, bro.
No,
Nobody.
nobody like candy corn. Nobody want to buy that. You trying to sell something, ain't nobody trying to buy, and you're wasting your time.
And money.
Versus having the stuff that they really want to buy, and you just searching that, and then once somebody responds and interested, you able to jump on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I was like able to just jump on it, boom, jump on it, boom, jump on it, boom, because I just knew. You know what I'm saying? I got these jokers over here. I know that they want to buy this property. So when I send it to them, boom, they shoot right back, boom, because I know they want it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I know we went off a little bit, but Bobby Mack say Discipline is Destiny was amazing, by the way. Thanks for the suggestion. Discipline is Destiny is a woo. Man, that dude, man, there's some power in that man, in that book. And just the phrase that discipline is the destiny. It's like everybody talk about goals, what they want to do. All these goals, goals. At the end of the day, man, it don't matter what the goal is.
Yeah,
If you don't have only thing that's going to matter, do you have the discipline it take to get there? Period. Period. Not the motivation, not the da 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 da, all this other stuff. Bless you, man.
yeah,
Do you have the discipline to get where you're going? Right? That's it. That's it. Do you have the discipline to get where you're going? Period.
absolutely. Or to the point is, I think it's not even saying, you know, that other joke saying, just like the journey is the you know, it's like no, but I think this embrace, and I still haven't read Discipline is Destiny, by the way. I haven't read it.
Yeah, dude.
It's
He
like, for example, I think a lot of pastors or preachers, they'll be like, man, your blessing is on the way. And they feel like the whole part of being a believer is that at some point you'll get rich. When I think ultimately, like, the whole point of being a believer is the way you live your life. It's
yeah,
not like whether you get rich or you never become rich, whether you're poor, you're homeless, whether you are a blind man or you can see, whether you can hear or you can't. It's not there like what you get, it's how you live your life and how you are. And so I think that that term or just the concept really embraces that idea. It's like, I remember at some point, matter of fact, speaking of Lando, I remember he called me one time. This was years ago. This was in that time period before I got my first deal, and then that year stretch before I got to the next deal. He called me.
yeah,
He's like, "You sound like you about to get a big check, or like you on your way to get." I'm like, "Nah, dude, it's not a check or a certain amount of money. It was just I felt like I was figuring it out
yeah,
where now I understand this business or this game to where it don't matter how much money you get. It's like you know how to do it. Like Byron can talk about the $126,000 deal, but I think when you realize that the fact that he learned how to do this business, that $126,000 deal don't compare to all the money he makes from knowing how to do this. It's like
yeah.
got in
It's just a product of it.
paid yet. You know what I mean?
It's just a product of showing up every day. You know what I'm saying? It's a product of putting in that same consistent work over. Everybody looking for the check is not the check. It's the can you show up and jump on the dollar for 4 hours a day, right? Can
Yeah.
you follow step by step by step by step, like we telling you step by step? That's how I got my first deal. I watched Flipman video. What did I do? I literally followed step by step by step by step and just discipline. Boom. I did it over, consistently. Own it. You know what I'm saying? And that discipline is what led to check, right?
Yeah.
Because when I was doing it, I wasn't sitting there thinking, "Ooh, this $30,000, this check." I was thinking, "Man, I'm watching this video. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. I gotta do this. I gotta." I wasn't even thinking about the check. I was just thinking about let me make sure I'm doing everything, and I'm obsessed with just doing. I wasn't even thinking about the check. I wasn't even thinking about payday. I was just putting money in and just thinking I'm gonna keep going. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was all about the process. It was all about the process to me. I was just like doing. Next thing you know, oh dang, this $6,000. Oh boom, 30. Oh boom, this. Oh boom, deal. But I was just process.
Yeah. And it breaks down, you know, you talk about, is that the book where he introduces the lag indicators? You know what I
No,
mean?
no, 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 no. The nah, he really didn't talk about that in that book. It was just about discipline.
It is a very similar concept because
Yeah, I think he don't necessarily mention
yeah,
those terms at all, but he kind of, I mean,
that's the
in the
point.
language you could pick up on it in the language.
It's just simply, it's like, it's not like now we're not thinking, oh man, how can I get X amount of dollars? It's like, how can we text X amount of people? or how can we cold call more people, or how can
Yeah.
we follow up with 10 times more people. And
Yeah.
that's what I'm looking for. Is like, man, right now I'm like, how can I get my lead manager to help me increase the amount of follow-up that I can do with the people I can't touch, and then getting those, generate all of those hot leads over to me, and I could just be more on time with it, and just like, and so if I handle the discipline of the follow-up and increasing that and scaling that, then the rest will take care of itself.
Yeah.
But
Sure.
the discipline that I need to focus on. And when you switch, and I've said this before, it's almost like you got to let go of that end result. Just like let go of it in your mind, so that way you can actually get it.
Focus on the process.
Yeah, because you got to focus, because that's the only way you can dive into the process and be near. Is detaching yourself from any expectations, any end resolve, any like, okay, any amount of dollars that you want to make, man, I want to drive this car, I want to be in this, I need to have this type of watch. If you focus on that watch, then the time you got 4 hours in the dollar is going to seem very like counterintuitive, because you're like, how am I going to get a watch out of 4 hours in the dollar and get cussed out all day? Or hearing no after no after no, and you get 100 no's, you don't feel like, oh, I'm the man. Like the watch is gonna make you feel like the man. So you really gotta detach yourself from that and get granular and just break it down to the numbers and just be like, okay, if Cordero's calling 2 hours a day, how can I call 4 hours a day so I can catch up or pass him? Or if Cordero's calling 4 hours a day, how can I call 8 hours a day? Do I need to add 2 VAs, or what do I need to do to, and so detach from the expectations and just focus on the discipline of doing the work and follow, oh man, I just want to call more people or text more people or get better at that. And then the rest take care of itself.
Yeah, for sure, man. But let's see. BTW said, seemed like he's going for 4 bedrooms in Rutherford, in Davidson. Rutherford, that's what y'all said. Single family and lost cost of must be low cost of renovation. He wants me out of there in about 2 weeks. Oh, okay, man. Well, shoot, long as you know what you're looking for, man, go out there and find what you're looking for. I think that's the key. John Doe says, so I see Lee Sherper requires a desktop to skip trace. Do you have any other suggestions?
Like
kind of skip tracing?
Like you mean, but like a lap? Like you mean you can't do it on your phone? Do you mean like you need a desktop, or because I have a laptop? I'm not sure what they meant by that.
Yeah. I think you're saying you need a laptop.
Yeah.
I think you're saying you need a laptop.
Like a tablet or something.
Yeah. Kind of skip tracing or go to the library. One of those.
Yeah, I was about to say, hit that library up, man.
Get that library card out of but the buyers list on the community page, is that still accurate? Yo, shoot, yeah. Or is that an old list? No, dude, that's accurate. And Bobby Mack, man, you got to show up on Sunday, man. Show up on Sunday. We'll get you all the way hooked up, man. Send you on your way. You got to show up Sunday. Sunday, 6:30. We'll get you all straightened out. But
wait, Bobby's in the group now?
Yeah, Bobby in the group, man. Bobby got to show up on Sunday though. But Bobby, man, that buyers list on that community page, man, you looking at
that's crazy. That's game changing, man.
That's money, man. That's money. Like the people who haven't done it don't realize it. But people who have done it realize how explosive that is. You know what I'm saying? Because once you get them, the only step is to go out there and reach out to people. How many people can you reach out to? But if Bobby can find a way to reach out to 20,000 people, if you can find a way to reach out to 10,000 people a day and you got those contacts,
10,000 people that
you're going to run up something stupid, man.
Dude, we talking about discipline is the destiny, Bobby. It's like that's half the discipline right there.
Yeah,
those buyers, and so they're there, man. And I think Bobby doesn't talk about it as much, but that's a major thing. Is when you join the group, you get access to all those buyers. Nobody doing that, dude. Not
No, you ain't gonna do
nobody. Not
it. Unless you maybe if you paying, thousands of dollars or something like
I
that.
don't. I mean, nobody's talking about it. Nobody's saying
Yeah.
they still for you paid thousands to some people. Did they give you their buyers?
No.
No, that's not
Yeah,
what.
I paid thousands of people, man.
And that should tell you something because you can buy into all of these courses, you can watch all of these YouTube videos, and they got a million views and a million videos on how to talk to a seller. And here's the seller, here's how we market to sellers. But they don't, it's so hard to talk about their buyers, how they get their buyers. That's a reason because that's
the game changer. That's the game changer.
That's the thing that keeps me up here and you down there buying like
Yeah. Yeah.
how,
That's
how
why that's what I gotta keep behind it. I gotta keep that back because if you got it, then we even, But that's why I wanted to do that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I knew that if I give people something, ain't no use of giving them all this stuff without giving them the contacts. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I was when I was trying to get started. It was like, man, give me the contacts, man. Because I know if I knew the people that you know, then I could do it too. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, dude, if I'm gonna have anything, then if I give people something, they're gonna get the contacts. You know what I'm saying? Because what Grant Cardone said, contacts equals contracts. A lot of
telling you.
lot of
He said that's the currency.
that's the currency. It is literally. That's why we say, Bobby, you got millions in your hand.
Yeah.
That is the currency.
Yeah.
Those contacts is the currency. You want me to give you $1 million, Bobby? I just gave you $1 million. You just joined and you got $1 million. Just bam. It's volatile, dude. I'm telling you, it is explosive. That's what I got. That list right there, that's what I got. Boom, changed everything. Once I found them, once I got the people that's on that list that you got, Bobby.
Yeah.
Them the same people that paid me that $126,000 on one deal. Same people that paid me the $70,000. Same people that paid me all this. Like, dude, they right there. And the only thing that I did was reached out to property owners. That's it. I reached out to their Reese cups. That's it.
You got to put the fire to it. You got to put the fire to it. And so
that's it.
A lot about that. It's a lot of content out there to how to find these sellers, man. And honestly, anything will work if you work it. But I think our biggest thing is trying to help people understand it. If you find the buyers first, especially, there's a couple things that it takes away, and you won't be trying to looking for. It's harder than finding a needle in a haystack at this point. Now you just really what's the odds are you rolling the dice and you rolling the dice and you rolling the dice and you gambling. We coming up with a real business model that we can. Yeah. I think when you do that, take the time to do that. Find the buyers first. Then you really got access to that, man. Hey,
Ryan Holiday heat, man. For sure.
If y'all listening to Ryan Holiday and y'all haven't already, go get the 10X rule next. I think that combination. I think that combination. Honestly, my favorite combination is the E-Myth and the 10X rule.
Yeah, for sure.
Those two, but
because you create a system,
and
you 10X that system. Oh man, that's
that's my.
But the thing is, those are tangible things that you need to go and do.
Yeah.
Ryan Holiday dealing more with your membrane, trying to get your mind right. Even though the 10X rule deal with your mind right, Ryan Holiday is telling you
is more your heart to be real.
Yeah, it's dealing with you. It gives you trying to make you a better person, really. Yeah. All his different books in his series, Discipline is Destiny, Courage is Calling, Ego is the Enemy, Stillness is the Key. It's all these different books, is dealing with getting you better, getting you right. The Daily Stoic, It's all about making you a better person. And
Yeah.
I always believe that becoming a better person is step one. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
cannot remain you and think you finna just blow up. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got to become a better person, period. So that book got me out here seeking out discomfort. You know what I'm telling you? I'm telling you, man. I think about that too, Bob. It's like, man, I'll be like, dude, I gotta make myself hurt, man. Like I need to need to put myself into that challenge, and I want to win that battle. You know what I'm saying? It's like you want to win the battle. That make you want to win battles against you. You know what I'm saying? It's like once you can defeat you, that's the real battle, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the
That's
real battle,
that's
beating
the only
you.
one that's ever gonna matter. That's the only one that's ever gonna matter. And so ultimately, I think you find a lot of people who think, okay, that's why it's so important to detach yourself from that end goal, whether it's the watch, the car, the house, the clothes. It's like when you detach yourself from that and focus on the discipline is what grows you. The act of putting in the reps and putting up the reps and putting up the reps and putting up the reps is what actually, more than just reading books and stuff, but like the actual action you take, that's what shapes you and molds you. And so when you're doing that and when you're caught up in that discipline of just taking the action and putting up the reps, you're growing. And then most people, when they think about the car, they think it's going to be the same dude just standing here in that car. It's not. It's gonna be a totally different person. It's like when you think yourself being fit, you be like, it's gonna be me, but I'm gonna have abs. Like, no, it's gonna be a different mindset person. It's gonna be the person that has a different relationship with the food that they eat, has
Yeah,
a different relationship with their own physical. They know what they can do. They've pushed themselves. They felt real pain, like
yeah.
and intentionally inflicted pain on themselves for months to get to that place, and that do something to who you are, not just what you look like. And so, I think looking for that discomfort is major because now you're looking for growth is what you're looking for because that's where you grow is outside your comfort zone. That's the only time you grow is when you're outside your comfort
Yeah, for
zone.
sure, for sure.
What y'all think about Zach Ginn? He legit, dude.
Yeah,
Listen,
I think that Zach Ginn definitely legit. Um, the only
they,
thing, go ahead.
I'm wondering what you about to say, but him and his pops, Zach and Rick. Rick is his dad. They're legit, but they are kind of well. They'll do this thing where they be talking about like, okay, the gurus, we're not like the guru. I'm like, dude, just like they'll take a like their videos could easily be 15 minutes, but it will easily be an hour and a half long because they keep talking about how we're actually showing you this when the gurus won't. I'm like, dude, just teach, just
You're making the same videos that the gurus make.
it's like, dude, this is killing me, but
Just tell me what
definitely
you want to tell me.
for sure. I just like from my experience and hearing what they talk about and how they talk, like you know a doer, like you know when somebody actually doing this business. I don't think that
Yeah.
they're faking whatsoever.
Nah, I think he legit for sure. The only thing, like, I don't know, man, and I don't. It's probably the wrong way to think, to be honest with you. But like when I was looking to try to get started, I wanted to listen to somebody who had to figure it out. Like Zach Ginn didn't have to figure it out. Like his daddy had to figure it out for him. You know what I'm saying? Pops had it all figured out for him. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, I did deals when I was 17. Your daddy probably did a deal, just wrote your name on a piece of paper. It's like I'm
Yeah,
just saying, I always look for people. Well, first of all, I was looking for people who wasn't Max Maxwell because he's so far ahead and doing so much that it's hard to relate. And I wanted to somebody who had to go and maybe try to figure it out somehow. It wasn't just like given to him,
yeah,
But I do think Zach Ginn does good stuff. He does a good job explaining a lot of stuff. I watch his videos, learn a lot of stuff from his videos. So yeah, I think he definitely legit. I'm just saying, you know, sometimes, first of all, he talk about gurus all the time, and sometimes he make it seem like he went out here and conquered the world when it's like, dude, your daddy was probably doing this before you was born. You know what I'm saying? It's just like my son coming along and saying, "Oh, I was able to wholesale a deal at 15." It's
Yeah.
like your daddy was doing this way before you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think
Because
I
I ain't got no daddy to do this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, well, my daddy gonna be able to teach me how to do this right here.
yeah. Yeah, man.
So why am I listening to you?
That, man, because you want to, when you try to map your blueprint out, your blueprint can't be based on somebody who had a foot in the door from the beginning. Your blueprint got to be based on, like, I need to be looking at your pop stuff. I need the something from nothing, the rags to riches story, because that's where I'm starting out. Like, that's how I'm gonna base my whole, the substance of my entire blueprint is going to be based upon nothing to something, not, oh, well, when you get in trouble, go ask your pops or go ask your uncle or your relatives, which I completely agree with that. But one thing I have found out is that, those dudes, like a second generation, they know some stuff.
They
And I
know.
know Byron knows this too. Like, I think when you're trying to map your entire, like I said, your blueprint, you probably need to find somebody who's gone from the nothing to something. But as far as just like gleaning just information, I listen to those dudes. Like I remember I read a Donald Trump book of all of all people. Uh, we all know Donald Trump. His pops was in real estate, but it wasn't because I was trying to I wasn't trying to pull out rags to riches. I was trying to pull out, well, he knows some stuff, and it's some stuff that's just what would you? It's second nature, or it's like it's just ingrained in him. And I was reading that book and trying to peep into, and it was a book, I think it was called The Art of the Deal. So it was just about real estate. It wasn't. It was a long time ago. It wasn't about politics, none of that. And so I was trying to. The information I was trying to pull from that wasn't how do I put my career together, but what are some things that you know that you don't even second guess?
Yeah.
Like, what are some thoughts? What are some things that you learned from your pops that are in your repertoire? Because I'm trying to figure out what are some real estate tactics that survive to the next generation. Those must be the ones that your dad, like the real estate methods that you're going to teach your son are probably the cream of the crop concepts, like the thoroughbred. And so I was checking it out for that information. So, and I'm sure Byron knows this. It's like I wouldn't sleep on a second generation dude or third. Like your family been in this business for years. It's some stuff but when you trying to figure out how to put your plan together, dude, you probably gonna want to. I'm like, nah, I need somebody to tell me how to make it, and then if I get in trouble, how do I figure it out on my own? Like I need
that. Yeah, for sure, man. Like I said, shoot, I know. Like I said, I listened to Zach Ginn videos, learned a lot from it, and all that good stuff. But like you saying, like when I was trying to get started, it was really about trying to identify. You know what I'm saying? Getting belief, identifying. That was big for me. I need to be able to identify with somebody. I need to be able to, gain some sense of belief from somebody, where I can look and be like, that's what I kind of gained some sense of belief from Flipman. At first, I thought Flipman was fake because he had the cartoon guy. But when I saw him talking, I was like, dude, this dude sound like he could be from Chevville. You know what I'm saying? I was like, this guy could be from Chevville.
Bro, sound like my brother dad. He looked like my brother's dad.
It's like he could be from Fitzgerald. Like he could be the guy that's why I named my stuff Real Estate Investor Next Door. Like he could be the guy next door. You know what I'm saying? Like he regular Joker.
Yeah.
It's like I know, like I could easily understand what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just being able to identify.
That's necessary.
Because
I learned this from one of Byron's videos way back. He was just like, when it's a lot of people out here talking, but the reason why y'all keep tuning into our lives is because it's something that we're saying that's resonating with y'all. And it's just like I always say anything will work if you work it. If you wanted to just pick up on Zach Ginn, join his group, and just go hard in that direction, you could get deals that way too. It's just like, but you need to find who and what somebody's speaking your language. And I think that's ultimate because it's like you think just, oh, let me find the guy with the most subscribers. But if that person doesn't resonate with you, they can say the same thing that Byron and Cordero is saying, but it's just not going to resonate with you. And so that goes just for, and I learned this really honestly when like I said, I've said this a lot, but I went to a lot of different schools. Like, I think I went to
Say
like,
2 days at one school.
I'm for real. That's why I went. I think like 6 or 7 high schools or 6 high schools, and one of them was the Antioch High. I went there for 2 days and I was gone. But you learn, like I think a lot of people understand. Like you got those favorite teachers that like this teacher I always do better in their class because it's the teacher. But
Yeah.
I really learned that at scale with just going like from school to school to school to school. It's just like it has a lot to do. Like I was always going to be trying my hardest to be on the honor, like an honor roll student, but some people I just took to naturally. And if it's like a teacher, like they speak in my language and they get to explain it, I'm like, dude, you making this feel like I can do this all day. You know what I mean? And so find somebody who speak your language in many reserves. So when you get to read, maybe you get to read that 10x rule and it don't hit. And when you get to talk about 10x, you're like, okay. But then you go check out Tony Robbins, and Tony Robbins has a quote where he says, massive action is the cure-all. That's the same thing as 10x.
Yeah.
That's the same thing as 10x. And so you find it and catch wind and just ride your way, but you do need to find somebody you identify with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So on TikTok, my cousin said, "Cuz, help save me from this 9 to 5." Hey, we got you, cuz, man. Hey, you need to get in this group though, for real though. And shoot, we meet every Sunday, man. We'll take off. So how good is your course? I don't know, man. People ask me about, oh, your course. I'm like, dude, I really don't like. I'm not like a course selling guy. You know what I'm saying? But I made that because it's like there's people out there that's interested in learning, and I want to have something that gives them everything they need to get started. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't do the business like we do the business, and I think this is a good way to do it. And I want to give you everything you need, including the contacts and all the other stuff you're gonna need to get started. So, that's why I do it. But shoot, man, I mean, how good is it? I don't know. I mean, it's everything that I got. I mean, so it's good enough to make a lot of money. I put it like that. If you follow me, you'll know. But somebody said, "Yo, B, what are real estate apps you use?" So I use PropStream is what I use. I also use Lead Sherpa. I use Launch Control. Those are the main ones that I use as far as real estate apps. So software. Those are the main ones that I use.
YouTube. Don't forget YouTube and Audible. Don't forget those. Don't sleep on it. Like those are major important. I don't know how y'all getting y'all books, but don't think that that's not a part of this business. Don't think it's just the fundamentals. And we're talking about it, but I guess I should really put a spotlight on it. It's like just as well as you got PropStream, just as well as you hit that dialer every day, make sure you hitting Audible. Or before you get Audible, if you like me, I was just hitting up on YouTube and they got them books on YouTube. But what I would do is if I listened to it on YouTube and I got game from it when I finally did get Audible and could afford it, I would go back and get the books and pay for them. So, but still, whatever.
So Bob Max says, Byron, when your workout channel coming? Dude, I ain't got no workout channel. I'm still just waking up at 5, getting my mile in, man. I'm trying to beat Cordero, man.
Dude, I was about to say, man, I could tell when you going hard, huh?
Hey,
you trying to get slow, huh?
Hey, I have started lifting though, but I started lifting a little bit. So I've been doing a little lifting, but my main thing is just getting that mile in, man. I gotta get moving. I gotta get that mile in. I'm trying to beat Cordero, man. So Rick has credited his son with introducing the technology aspect to his real estate business, which took him to the next level. Yeah, no doubt, man. I mean, shoot, I bet he did, but I mean, I'm pretty sure his daddy. I mean, if your daddy was wholesaling, And I mean, he got to be at least about 40 something, dude. If your daddy was wholesaling, I mean, he was wholesaling back probably back in the day.
Nah, he was
If you was so
like I follow his channel just as well, and Pops talks about it like how he was doing it. Basically, brought him up in it and was doing it like I think like you said before Zach was born. But for real,
but
man,
my thing, like, dude, if you was wholesaling that far back,
you
man,
think it would have been a matter of
can you
time?
imagine what that man was doing early 2000s
Yeah,
all the way, dude? You done been through the cycles, man.
several
You
cycles.
done been through several, like, dude, you done been through enough cycles where this last cycle, man, you really ran it up. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm just saying, man, it's like, if you stayed in the game for that long, man, you done really hit some stuff, man. You done really ran some stuff up.
But I
You know,
don't want to discredit. I think too, and I know you're
I
not,
mean, I don't want to discredit him, but I'm just saying,
but I think.
to last that long though, to last that long,
But here's
man.
the thing, though. We talk all the time. I think just casual or people in general talk all the time about the trust fund baby who got all his money and just squandered it away.
Yeah,
And so you got to think it's just like when you are born into it, he got, Zach had every right to a certain degree. I don't know how he was raised, but he had every right to just sit back. Well, my family's wealthy. I don't have to contribute to this. And I think if you check out his earlier videos to his content now, like recently, I feel like he's matured because I watch them every now and again. I'm in a Facebook group. I don't watch him a lot, but I think he's matured and he's just like I feel like we know that if Pops is running it up like that, it's a high chance that he could have just created a little jerk son, a little I don't care about nobody. I'm rich and I don't contribute no value to the family. Like Ben Mala, if y'all watch Ben Mala's videos, he's the dude that like in Florida, he owns like all the apartment complexes and hotels. And
yeah,
you see his sons, oh my goodness, he got one, his oldest son contributes, and then like the other son, it's just like, dude, it's just like, man, you are just dead weight here. And
yeah,
so dude's got bank, he got big money. So I don't think I'm just saying it's like we tend to be like, if a person comes for money and they don't live up to the standard, we're like, how could you just drop the ball like that? And then
yeah. It ain't easy to hold a ball. For
yeah,
sure.
but if they live up to the standard or take it to the next level, we're just like, well, of course he did because it's like, yeah, I think
Yeah,
Zach honestly, because like I said, I watched some of his recent videos, and I think his content is slightly more mature, and so
yeah,
um,
I think so for sure. But I'm just thinking about Pops. Like,
he, he
man,
got
I'm
long.
just saying, how impressive is it though to stay in the game for that long? You know, it's not many people even out there that you can look at and be like, man, like
Hey,
jokers, at least it's on social media, at least
and
that you can be like, man, this joker stayed in the game for this long. First, you figured it out back then when
that's what I'm saying though. Check
you had
this
to
out.
learn off of cassettes out this mother. Like, dude, you
What
had
if
to learn.
what if Rick? I mean, I don't know the beginning of Rick's story. What if he come from it? What if his pops? What
That's
if
what I'm
Zach
saying. I mean,
learned it?
wherever it came from, dude, wherever it came from, man. If you figure this out way back then, man, you was in a special group of people. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't everywhere like it is now. You know what I'm saying? So you in a very small group of people to have figured it out back then and to stay in the game for as long as you have, man. Like you a vet in the game like that to stay in there that long, man. A lot of people move and do different stuff, fall in and out of the game. You know, or you even think my flip man started back in 2008. About to be, flip man started in 2008. Flip with Rick Daddy probably started way before Flip Man. Man, that's crazy, man. So
Rick
I'm
definitely
just,
started before the
I'm
two.
just saying, man. Shout out to Pops though. Shout out to Pops for staying in the
Shout out
game.
to
And you
Pop.
know he had to raise his son to fall in line, cause and
That's
then
all
the
I'm
son
saying.
fell in line. So shout out to them, man.
Because honestly, I don't want
Shout
to
out to both of them.
work hard and then because shout out to both of them. I don't want to work hard and then establish myself. And then if I have a son, put my son in position, and people gonna say what they gonna say, but I would just be like, dang, it's crazy because my son could have easily just. I mean, not mine. I don't know. I don't got no kids yet, but I don't see myself just letting people lay around and just you gonna stop. But I mean, to even take that stance and then his son to say, well, you know what, I'm gonna be a contributing member of the family and not just a freeloader and just sitting around. I'm sure he got wherever he went to school at. If his pops got long bread like that, wherever he went to school at, some of his peers and friends and inside his friends group, they just, well, my dad bought me my first Lamborghini and blah 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 blah. He said, you know what, I'm in the family business and I'm taking the family business to the next level.
Yeah,
So,
for
he
sure.
knows. Is it easy to hit that 1,000 text message sent out per day? Man, I'm not laughing at you, but I'm laughing at that was a question I had at some point. But now, what would you say, Byron?
Go to launchthetroll.com. Look at the plans, sign up, go to kind skip traits. But seriously though, follow what I say. Like get in contact with the buyer, figure out what they want. Once you figure out what they want, you can go ahead and sign up for Launch Control because it's gonna take some time to get set up. Figure out what they want, go to prompt screen or kind skip tracing, get your list, get it skip trace, and then throw it in the launch control, man. And as long as you pay for the right subscription, you'll be starting to text 1,000 people a day. Probably take you less than 2 weeks. Less than 2 weeks, maybe a week if you push it. You'll be texting 1,000 people a day. And if you do that and actually target Reese cups instead of targeting what do you call that? Kettle corn or what
Candy corn.
Candy corn and all this butterscotch and Tootsie Rolls. Don't target none of those properties. If you only target the buyer's Reese's cups, then you should be able to hit within definitely within 60 days. It's like you should be talking about something. But Samuel Johnson, shout out to Samuel Johnson, man. Samuel Johnson back in the man, he was on this thing way back in the day. So Samuel Johnson says how you pivot with the new crackdown on launch control. Man, shoot, we still texting on launch control, man. I know they cracked down. But we back up, man. We running a launch control, man. We just been doing a bunch of follow-ups. There's a lot of people inside of our Podio system. So shoot, we calling all those people, boom, boom, boom. We got our own, a bunch of leads inside of there that we've been calling. Like I said, we back to texting on launch control, so we good. And then we hitting these Facebook ads. We're gonna see what they talking about. If they ain't talking about nothing in the next 2 weeks, we're gonna go ahead and leave the Facebook dude alone. So,
I don't know. But hey, Sam, it's like think about this, man. When you ever be driving on the interstate and it start raining real bad, it's like how do you deal with that? Do you just stop and get out your car? Like you slow down, turn on the wipers, or when you driving and you go around the curve, it's an adjustment period, but you go around that curve. And I just say that in general, there have been so many since I started. There have been so many changes with launch control and smarter contact and batch dialer. There's changes on top of changes on top of changes. And for some of the maybe you're newer, or just for some people who are not familiar with those changes, they come, they go. Just you keep going is how you do it. I just wanted to say that more like a in general term because you will see a lot more of those for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So Thomas says it's saying Discord expired. Oh man, let me get y'all another link there. I'm finna shoot this Discord link out to y'all, man.
Man, y'all rolling in here, man.
I had shared that one on the last live, but shoot, y'all jump on the Discord, man. We hooking people up for sure, man. So let me.
Hey, man, I heard Byron was buying people Bugattis. Yeah,
You stupid, dude.
he's giving out Bugattis on the Discord.
You stupid, man. Let me see. Let me send this out. What's the next question right here? Go ahead and I see Flipman's move mostly towards self storage. That's because he's making a bunch of money off self storage and he getting his followers to bring him stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Is that something y'all have been looking into at all? Self storage is a big buzzword now, man. Everybody's talking about self storage, but Flipman is using his platform to get all these people who love him to bring him deals. Right?
yeah,
Hey, bring me self storage deals. I guarantee Flipman got a self storage buyer that he's not sharing with none of them people, and he's just wanting them to bring him the deal, and he gonna get it over to his buyer that he ain't gonna share, and they gonna split the money. You know what I'm saying? Boom.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He want to teach you, hey, you go out and find it. You
Literally.
know, you spend your time and your money to go out and find the self storage. Bring it to me because I got this person over here who's buying a bunch of self storage. I got buyers, and then I'll get it sold. Then we'll flip.
Yeah,
You do the same thing for me though. You know what I'm saying? I
it's
just
like
don't have. My bad. Go ahead.
now. I was gonna say that's the thing when you get somebody with enough influence and they start using their audience as a source of deal flow, then you're gonna be like, then that's why we get so many people asking questions like this or like that, is because these people are telling y'all to do something that benefits them and not necessarily that will put you in position to win. And I'm not even saying that you won't win, but I'm just saying, like, for example, he's telling you, so y'all thinking, man, I hear a lot about these self storage. Like, no, that's just because he. So we was talking to somebody, and they said they got in his course, and that's all he was talking, or that's he wasn't even talking. It was somebody else. That's all they was talking about was self storage and those commercial things. It's just like, well, I'm not really trying to, I'm trying to figure out how to wholesale SFR, single family residence, and you talking about this, and he only talking about that because that's what he done found something, but that don't necessarily mean that that's what you trying to do. So we just try to give you like, here's how, if you say you want to wholesale houses, this is how you do it, and there's no like, oh, let me tell you, like, if I get the idea that I want to start doing vending machines, and I can take this. Hey, yeah, you know what? Also, is another thing is y'all should probably start looking into vending machines. If you find vending machines, just I think that's what y'all need to start. Like, no, I didn't come here for the vending machine stuff. I came here for wholesaling housing. So something to think about. But Sam, yes, sir. I've been watching the channel since way back. Got to show some love. Byron is right. Reverse wholesaling is the key, man. Absolutely. And like we say, it's just about finding. The buyers and then going out to look for what they want, and then everybody wins. Lisa Robinson, man, y'all are coming in here. Hey, what is your advice for starting with a small budget in the beginning? Is it best to cold call or direct mail? Oh, wow, Lisa, that is a really good question. And I think it just brings a lot of concepts to my mind. But I'll say just the general to answer your question, cold call is more affordable than direct mail. That's just kind of the general. Cold call is cold call is probably the most affordable form of prospecting, or just what we would call marketing. Maybe bandit signs, but it's like you got to constantly put those up. So cold calling for sure. And it's the easiest one to scale. But when you say you're starting with a small budget, we also adopt this concept that I think is another Ryan Holiday quote, or Ryan Holidayism, is the obstacle is the way. So if you really wanted to do direct mail and you really believed or knew that direct mail would work very good in your market, then it's not about, oh, I only have X amount of dollars. Do I need to do this? It's like, well, maybe you just need to go get more money. And maybe that's a matter of going to DoorDash on the weekend for a couple of weekends. If you need to get an extra $300 this month to be able to put it into your marketing budget, go DoorDash or go sell your Jordans or your PlayStation. Lisa,
Sell your Jordans. Hey, get rid of the TV.
First.
Hey, How about this? Go get that straight talk.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
get
yeah.
on that Verizon plan that Cordero sold you.
Yeah. I think a bunch of trash that you know what I'm saying? So think about that. Just maybe when
People
you
thought I
start,
was crazy, man.
what you said?
People thought I was crazy. I got off that Verizon plan, man. Had to get that Walmart mobile. You know what I'm saying? I
Dude,
shut all my TV stuff down. No, none of that TV stuff. Shut it off. And I
all
went and got. I was doing like just the free stuff. Only watch stuff that was free. You know what I'm saying? I just started streaming only on free services. Like people thought I was losing. I was like, no, dude. It's like something got to change, man.
the discipline is the destiny. And so I just say that, Lisa, when you say, what's the advice for starting with a small budget? If you feel like you need a bigger, it's like, what's your budget? Is your budget $500? Is your budget $100? Is it five? Because small is relative. But I'm saying, like, determine what's necessary, like what you actually need to do this. And I think that's, you need leads and you need, yeah,
One thing though, let me put this in because I remember like it. I took 8 years to do my first 8 years trying to get in real estate. How can I get started? How can I get started? How can I get started? You know what I'm saying? I don't have the money. I don't have it. I don't have. 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 I spent 8 years doing that. What I didn't realize is before you can jump into something like this, a lot of times you need to fix your personal finance situation.
yeah, for sure.
You need to clean that up because you need to create some type of runway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Whether it's making more money or spending less money, you need to work on both ends. It creates a gap. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? To where you can set aside a certain amount of money to put into this, and that's the gas that you need to get the engine going. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the fuel. But you got to work on your personal finance. It just ain't gonna magically open up and whoa, look, $5,000 just came dropped out of the sky, and now I can put more money into this. No, man, it has to be forced. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna come up to you and say, "Hey, you paying $200 something for your phone bill? Let me give you this for $50 a month." No, dude. Start looking around. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I looked at every bill that I had and I said, how can I cut this? You know what I'm saying? How can I get it cheaper? How can I bring this down so more money is in my pocket so I can do what I want to do with it? So, like, I think that was a big thing for me. Like, I started, like, on my journey, I started listening to the Bigger Pockets Money podcast. That's what I started listening to. Like, I started listening to the Bigger Pockets Money podcast and about just cutting back, cutting back. Dude, I started shopping at Aldi's. It's like, dude, I started day, whatever I needed to do, man. It's like, hey,
man.
it was John Q time.
Like you can't. Don't tell me you got a small budget and you're also, if you peel back the layers, you spending.
You eating at Publix, you going to Chick-fil-A.
But even more than that, it's just like you spending $100 extra on subscriptions. You got Netflix, HBO, this, that, and Hulu. You got all of that, and you got your phone bill. You paying more just so you can have that name brand. You paying for extra phones because you want to finance a $1,000 phone for you, $1,000 phone for your kid, $1,000 phone for
Man,
your
you know what
spouse.
I did? You know what I did? I had a $1,000 phone to like where you paid. Man, I paid like $800 to pay the phone off so I can get out of, and I paid to get out of the plan. And I went and bought a $25 phone and got jumped on Walmart Mobile.
That sound like music to my ears. That sound crazy. That sound like what you, if you in the beginning talk about your budget small, you need to do that. But I'm just saying, it's just like my point is like when you say you got a small budget, it's just like make it bigger. How about that? Like that's the general concept that I want to explain. It's just like, and like Byron says, whether it's opening some, like taking, like readjusting your finances and stop spending bleeding money where you don't need to, and then making more. If you got to go, like I said, got to get you a side job or something like that. Go deliver pizzas a couple of times to put it in there, because you can change your life with
Yeah,
this. Like it can all change, but you got to take. Sometimes you got to take 3 steps back to take 10 steps forward.
yeah, dude. I definitely took some steps back. Like I'm saying this now, people probably think I'm crazy. I don't even know what people really think, but people probably thought I was crazy doing that. You know what I'm saying? It was like, man,
Now,
huh?
what they thinking now?
Exactly. I'm like, dude, people think I was crazy. It's like, oh man, you can't even use that. You can't use your phone in Shelbyville. I was like, man, how many times I'm going to Shelbyville?
First of all, I'm gonna let you know that right now. Matter of fact, 99.9% of Chevyville is on straight talk. No,
You are stupid, man.
I'm telling you, man, but that's something to
I'm
think
just
about.
saying, man. I
But
mean, I was cutting stuff like crazy, man, for sure. I was like, dude, football season, they ain't got nothing but the free stuff. If I want to watch the football game, I got to go to somebody's house. You know what I'm saying?
and it's funner that way. I'm talking about, and here's the thing about that. I think everybody, if, again, this is the nothing to something story. I think everybody does that and has to do that, and just don't sleep on that. And notice how we're not giving you the way out. Well, if you got a small budget, do this here. But it's just like it's gonna take you. Shoot.
Oh man, yeah. Hey, what like Cordero was gonna say, man, it's gonna take hard stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like all these, people out here on social media, the easy way, the easy way, the easy way, the easy way. Dude, it's not gonna just be easy. Like we here to tell you the truth about this thing, man. It's going to take struggle. It's going to take action. It's gonna take unreasonable stuff. Unreasonable. Like you have to be unreasonable with yourself at some point in order to create a budget where you can put the effort in and get this done, man. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it's gonna take. And you gotta be willing to do it. So Thomas Barnes says, is your course $100 a month or one-time fee? So the course is $100. And if you want like my mentorship, which comes with everything that I got, all my contacts, me meeting with you once a week to talk about, okay, what do you need to do to get started, and walking you through all the different steps. I've already done it. So I can walk you through exactly what to do. I'm still doing it. I can walk you through exactly what to do. I talk about all my deals with the people that sent out the mentorship, all the other stuff. You get the cold calling guru, Cordero, telling you exactly how to talk to the sellers, walking you through stuff. We in the Discord with you, talking you through everything. So, man, I mean, I don't know, man. That's all I can tell you about it.
Yeah, man.
But obviously, we ain't here to sell you nothing. You know what I'm saying? But we do want to help people. Like that's my thing. It's like I do want to help people get to where they're trying to go. You know what I'm saying? I want to help people I want to help people do what I did. There's a lot of regular average people that want to get to the next level. It's like, dude, you can do it, and I can show you how to do it. I ain't gonna charge you $5,000. You know what I'm saying? But dude, it's simple stuff, man. Get this thing knocked out, and we can do it, man. So, but yeah, man, let me see. Do you guys want to run the properties? I own four units right now, man. So Lisa said, thank you so much. Everyone says, they say one deal could, man, the back, what Kanye say? In the back of my mind, it could change your life. And then what he said, in the back of my mind, it could change your life, dude. Change everything. He said, I'm about to go ahead and get the course in the mentorship. That's what's up, man. We'll see you Sunday. But shoot, we finna get off this thing, man. It's 11:20, 10:20 over in the good old city of Murfreesboro. And man, we about to get off this thing, man. But Appreciate y'all coming through. We hit this thing on a late tip and stayed on this mug way too long, but we appreciate y'all, man. We'll be back tomorrow for sure, for sure. Hopefully we hit it earlier during the day. Cordero be getting busy sometimes, so we have to hit it late.
I got something for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
The quote of the day. I'm gonna hit it with you. You tell me who said this.
Yeah.
You tell me. Listen, and this hit. You are going to overwork for your pay before you get all your pay for your work. Who said that one?
I don't know, man. When you first started off, I thought of Grant Cardone, but
You're gonna overwork for your pay. In this business, you're gonna put the work in before you don't get paid like at the end of the week, like a paycheck. You're gonna overwork for your pay before you get all the pay for your work, man. Who said that
one? I don't know. Who said that?
Man, REI next door.
You stupid, man.
That's something you said, man. That's something you said a while back, man. And you just breaking down how that's one thing y'all gotta keep in mind. Like you said, it's gonna be tough, it's gonna be challenging, and not to mention, you're gonna make all of those sacrifices. You're gonna cut back, you're gonna take your 2-3 steps backwards. You're gonna get looked crazy at by your peers and your fans, your friends and family. You're gonna start to pay for the subscription. You're gonna get 1,000 no's. You're gonna get rejected by buyers first, and then you're gonna skip trace your list and get rejected by sellers, all before you get that deal. And then you're gonna have you're gonna be nervous when you get under contract. You're gonna do all that. You're gonna overwork for your pay before you get all the pay for your work, right? Yeah. And so it's something to keep in mind. It's gonna be hard. Do it, but go towards that. Please embrace that. But yeah, I'll let you use that quote, man. Since you didn't even know it was yours, I should have said it was me.
You wild, man. But shoot, man, appreciate y'all coming through, man. I know I completely ignored all my people on IG. My guy Doc came through, man. What's going on with my guy Doc? Man, that dude went to high school with Doc, man. Art of the Deal is really a good read.
Yeah.
Appreciate all my people from IG came through, all my people from TikTok came through, all these people from all over the place. But we out of here, man. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace out.
Yeah.